skies, sunshine, tropical fields, and salty air. A common scenario that lingers the community of Tagda Elementary School, a humble institution located along the coasts of Inigaran and a second home to 901 pupils. Built over 50 years and like a stilt house in the sea, this school is contrite yet strong in being a pillar of quality education, one that is both diverse and gender-sensitive in a child-friendly and conducive learning environment. COVID-19's catastrophe has instilled severe economic and social impacts around the world. Tagda folks are particularly vulnerable to the disruption the pandemic has caused, and children are now at risk of being left behind in education, while the parents and community stakeholders are more likely to suffer economic opportunities. However, in the plight of this situation, people are responding to the crisis through public health promotion, volunteering, and innovation. These very people involve our local government, the non-government agencies, and our Tagda Elementary School teaching force. At par with the Department of Education, Tagda Elementary School is persistent towards its vision of a ceaseless learning progress without compromising health and safety, aiming that through the conjoined effort of the community personnel and teachers, a key element will be formulated to achieve a sustainable goal of continuing the pursuit of education despite this debacle. Bearing the Department of Education's goal that no student will be left behind, Tagda Elementary School in its KIN initiative has undergone the process of data assessment to identify appropriate distance learning modalities to be adopted in school year 2020 to 2021. Students were put under several simulations, namely modular distance learning, online distance learning, TV-based instruction, and radio-based instruction. This trial revealed the appropriateness of the aforementioned learning modalities, which was derived from the use of the decision tree. The municipality of Hinigaran is privileged to have a local radio station, the Radyo Natin, and with the assistances rendered by the local government, radio-based instruction was found to be an effective way of channeling information and learning for students of the municipality. Moreover, Tagda Elementary School has identified potential teachers assigned to delegate the audio presentation. Thus, the radio-based instruction simulation was conducted to validate assumptions, gauge accessibility, and recognize challenges and risks and determine its advantages on the learning aspect of a child's perspective. Elementary School sets sail to venture this novelty learning process through conducting a simulation activity. Objectives, implementation process, and operation flowcharts are just a few of our pit stops in this voyage. So take a minute to breathe in and come take stride with us on this journey of radio-based instruction simulation process as we bring you Tagda Elementary School Edukasyon sa Kahanginan was Damlag sang Kabataan program. During the pre-implementation stage, several meetings were conducted last September 1 and 2, 2020 on a physical and virtual setup to discuss the simulation stages. Later that afternoon, a meeting was held together with the Radyo Natin management and LG of Barangay Tagda to present the plan and to orient the following regarding the program matrix. Last September 3 and 4, storage drives for audio files were secured and broadcast scripts were written, finalized, and furbished. Activities done during this 2-day streak also include child mapping, taking 5 to 10 pupils per purok to complete the testing group, printing of ESP6 self-learning modules, packing of learners' learning kit, and sending out letters to parents for the schedule of the distribution of learning kits through text messages, online communication applications, and pre-recorded audio clips for recorded activity. In addition to that, school grounds were arranged in a manner that suits the simulation setup. Various preparation in setting and paraphernalia necessary to complete the simulation were considered and worked on.
Tanan nga mga taga-Palamati. Sa sindi nga tiniun, ang duwa ka distrito sang Hinigaran magahatag sang isa ka orientasyon.
The Hiligaynon radio-based orientation was aired last September 3, 2020 at 11 a.m. for parents, pupils, and community stakeholders information on the different alternative learning delivery modalities. Conducted survey revealed 506 out of 901 pupils and parents of Tagda Elementary School accessed the radio-based orientation and were interviewed for feedback and impression afterwards. Implementation stage was launched last September 8, 2020. During this part, a face-to-face orientation was held at Tagda Elementary School. This activity was intended for the parents, guardians, and household members who will serve as learning support at home and community learning volunteers to familiarize themselves with the parts of the ESP module, to be knowledgeable of the proper and sanitary way of handling the learning kit, to be diligent in observing health standards and protocols, and to be fully responsible in their respective roles in distance learning system. The orientation was followed by the distribution of learners' learning kit while stringently abiding to the health and standard protocols imposed by the school. A claim slip system wherein a piece of paper is to be filled out with the name of the student and the name and signature of the parent or whomever is authorized to receive the learning kit in their behalf is observed.
Ngayong aga sa aton mga tagpalamati, yari na ang programa sa kahanginan nga magadulong sa kaalam sa inyo mga kabataan. Ini ang edukasyon sa kahanginan, buwas damlag sang kabataan, sang Tagda Elementary School. Diri sa 105.7 radyo natin hinigaran, your friend, your radio.
Implementation stage took place last September 12, 2020. Lessons were aired at exactly 11 in the morning, where Mrs. Christy P. Cababan, a grade 6 ESP advisor, provided a kickstart for RBI ESP lesson of the day. Simultaneous to the airing of lesson, teachers were deployed in each of the purok to monitor and document pupils' and parents' actual response and engagement towards the activity. From the teachers' reported findings, it was depicted that most pupils showed interest and satisfaction in having the lesson delivered through radio broadcasting. In some cases, pupils participated in the recorded audio whenever an interactive part of the lesson is being aired. Pupils listening to the radio broadcast in groups were also noticed. As for the parents, guardians, and household members, they too shared the delight of giving assistance to their kids as they listened to the radio-aired lessons. On the other hand, a backtrack to this pursuit is gathered from a 10% population of the simulation respondents. Few were not able to pay attention to the radio-aired lesson because of having to play with peers, lacking guidance from parents, having to do household chores, or having to take care of younger siblings, and other reasons like having no electricity access or batteries to power radios. Day 3 is the retrieval of learners' learning kit. On the morning of September 14, 2020, the parents under the simulation project were tasked to return the learner's kit by following the procedures arranged by the school. It was agreed that all unreturned learner's kit will be retrieved by the teacher advisor through home visitation. It was after this stage, it was taken into account that only 45 learning kits were returned on time. After lunch, the teachers began disinfecting the used learning kits by placing and exposing it under direct sunlight or natural UV rays for almost 3 hours. Answered worksheets were checked and verified by respective teacher advisors to validate proficiency level of the respondents. Apart from this, teachers also did a home visit to collect and return learning kit and to conduct interview to gather views and feedback from pupils, parents, and community stakeholders on the implementation of radio-based instruction. The teachers have also collected a video file of one student, one parent, and one community stakeholders expressing their response and reaction to the radio-based instruction learning modality.
Ang akon masiling sa pagtuon gamit ang RBI, okay man siya kay do wala may mayo man balang signal kag wala gutod-utod. Nangin mapos ini sa akon kay kung mamati kita sa maayo may ara kita matun-an nga leksyon sa klase. Wala ini kabudlayan sa akon kay kung ga face to face kita, kung nabudlayan kita, syempre pamakot kita sa aton mga maestra. Pero kung sa RBI naman ya, kung nabudlayan kita, pwede man kita pamakot sa aton mga magulang.
Sa tanan, bilang isa ka lola o guardian ni Jonela Danis, nalipay gid ako sa ginatawag nga radio-based instruction o RBI. Ini isa ka pamaagi nga sa diin nakabuli gising dako sa edukasyon, ilabi na gid nga nakita ko nga malipayon ang akong apo sa pagpamati sa radyo.
The teaching and learning through radio is very effective, especially when pupils interact during the radio lesson broadcast. Therefore, as a teacher, my personal feedback about our radio-based instruction simulation is that it is very beneficial to all our school children, especially those who have radios in their respective houses. With the use of interactive lessons, the kids really enjoyed listening to stories, and at the same time, they learned from it. Another advantage to all of us Hinigaranons is that we have our very own radio station located here in our municipality. So therefore, this radio-based instruction is very much possible and can be very effective.
Good day. Bilang kagawad in charge of education sa Barangay Tagda, ako nagapasalamat gid nga napakita sa eskwelahan kung ano ang RBI o radio-based instruction nga isa ka pamaagi sa pagtuon sa mga kabataan, isa sa masiling ko, maayo, hindi magasto, makalilinaw, mapagtuon, ilabi na gid sa mga kabataan namon nga nag-start sa mga purok na medyo malayo sa eskwelahan.
Success without sacrifice is magic. Tagda Elementary School faculty and staff is a community that is engaged in working together to create a powerful force fueled by a common purpose of furnishing quality education to every child in all circumstances. All this and more were achieved because of the teachers' modest yet goal-driven character in this week-long program. The collaborative effort and leniency of everyone who participated was the reason behind this activity was carried out in Vicor. Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. Know this, we are more powerful when we empower each other.
It's caught in the crossfire.